These Jordan 1 mids are great. Yo, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. We got a detailed look and breakdown on two Air Jordan 1 mids. These are grade school exclusive, by the way, so just keep that in mind, but little footers need love too, and that's what we're doing. I think that these both are fantastic, so if you can't find them and you got a little one that you want to lace up fresh, this is pretty much, in my opinion at least, the way to go. Now, before we deep dive too hardcore into the sneakers themselves, the packaging and the presentation alone is just some of the best that I've seen. First off, this is what tech packs look like. So if you're an aspiring designer or colorist, this is what you're gonna be working with eventually in the future if you pursue your dreams and stuff like that. And I think that this is just awesome. The paper is so sick, dude. So this is not what the tech packs look like, but this is actually what all of the paneling looks like broken apart. So this is kind of what it looks like when you're manufacturing the shoe. So this is really cool. A lot of customizers that you'll see on Instagram and things like that, including like Vibe Remake Lab and guys like that. This is what they do. They take apart and they deconstruct and then they reconstruct. So that's why they're able to get the shapes and things like that that they're able to get on the shoes, which I think is really cool. So again, if you're a young aspiring sneaker nerd like myself, or at least I was at one point, I would have loved this. The only way that I was able to learn anything was through magazines like East Bay and Kicks magazine and stuff like that, but we didn't have this. So I'm always kind of like harping on all the brands being like, yo, teach people about your product. This is it. I wish that the Jordan 1 mid in men's came in this box because a lot of adults could use this type of information. I think that it's really, really cool. Now, the black and red, obviously it's a classic colorway and things like that, but a lot of the new generation calls them breads. So they're just kind of like teaching, again, the young consumer or young future consumer, hopefully, this is why it's called bread. It's not because of baked goods. It's because black plus red equals bread. I know for some of us, like myself included, we've been buying shoes before they were ever called breads, and we've always called them black and reds. The new generation is different. Everything's abbreviated or emojied. So that's all this is. You could take it or leave it. It's just that this is how things are now. It's implemented in the same fashion that the Rebellion Air Jordan 1, where it's kind of got a screen printed look along the upper. On top of that, the materials are okay. They're mostly synthetics. There is actual leather in some of the panels, but you can see through the toe area where it's like straight white through the perforations. It's a straight up synthetic panel. For a kid's shoe, it doesn't really matter. I know that our son just up
so much.
This particular pair also comes with an extra set of red laces. Black and red laces are pretty much a must and a staple for this colorway of the Air Jordan 1, classic since '85. Also, real quick, tech specs. Same exact stuff on these sizes, but grade school is tricky when it comes to tech because a lot of times they'll skimp out when comparing them to the men's releases. What you want to pay attention to is actually the branding. So on this particular shoe, on the tongue, it has a Jumpman and it says Air underneath, which means inside of this rubber cup sole is a polyurethane wedge. Inside of the polyurethane wedge is going to be a mini air unit right there. So the versions of the shoe that do not have the air in them though will only have the Jumpman. So keep that in mind. That goes for pretty much all shoes from the Nike and Jordan brand, where they use their branding and their taglines on everything. So if something has React, you'll usually see the word React or the call out, like the actual visual cues to React. Same thing goes with Zoom. If there's Zoom in the shoe, they are going to call it out somewhere on the shoe. If there's air in the shoe, they're going to call it out somewhere on the shoe. Again, they've done that here on the tongue. Now that shoe in that colorway, awesome, but these are dope, dude. Not only that, this is another one that teaches the youngins some history, dude. Like, this is so sick. There's some panels on here that I don't love, but I'll talk about that in a second. First things first though, the overall colorway I think is great, especially for a new colorway. It's definitely reminiscent of the Heritage. Is that what they were? The one with the red toe?
Bingo.
The only thing that I don't like is these clear panels. I like them because of what they've done to them, but as far as aging goes, those are gonna yellow and they're gonna yellow fast. They also use that same kind of like clear plastic on the tongue there, which is unfortunate because on this one, it's just embroidered into the tongue. This one should have been. Maybe they didn't do it because the tongue is white. Maybe the red threading will bleed. I don't know. For all I know, they could have just done it just to kind of keep in theme with the other clear aspects of the shoe. Now, where they go and teach you things with this particular colorway is that this is all about MJ's rookie year. So you've got MJ's signature in multiple areas of the toe, which I think is awesome. Or I shouldn't say toe, it's forefoot. But then on the back there, man, this is dope, dude. Like, I just read this in the announcer's voice. They even go a step further and they put all the information on the insoles as well. So you've got all of his rookie year stats, the year that he played, during his rookie season, the draft spot that he played or got picked up on. It's so cool, man. Like this is fucking storytelling right here, right? Like this is real storytelling, not some bullshit camp out under the moon type of thing. Like this is real actual brand history. This is the only reason why this brand exists, is because of this guy right here, right? So I think that this is the proper way to do product. Again, even if you don't like Jordan 1 mids and stuff like that, that's perfectly fine. I think that it's weird, to be honest, because that's all that we had gotten for a long time. So most of us that have been buying shoes or buying Jordans for a long time, we already know about mids, we know about the lows, and we've been buying what we could because we wanted this 85 look. Nowadays, everybody's hella lucky, man. There's so many options. There's 85 versions. There are OG highs, and you know, some are made really nice. Obviously, some aren't. So it just kind of depends on what you're looking for. But yeah, I think this is just properly done. I think that this is chef's kiss. Really cool. Not just the product itself, but the packaging, everything awesome. I don't know who is in charge of this. I don't know whose idea this was. All I'm saying is that you, my friend, are cool. Now, as far as the sizing is concerned, they do fit true to size. Whatever size your youngin wears, that's exactly what you're gonna wanna get them, especially if you're ordering online. These though, you can find them easily, usually in stores. Shoe Palace is actually one of the bigger stores that, like, when I go in there, their youth section is vast. Like, there's so many kid-size shoes and they always have sizes available. Like, I'm not plugging Shoe Palace, I'm just saying, if you're in the area and there's a Shoe Palace near you, go stop by, see what they've got. The white and red version I got over at Phenom locally here.
Oh, I also just wanted to give a shout out to the comfort ones. You were listing off how many different versions there are now, and I was just like, oh, the comfort ones.
The comfort ones are great. The Zoom comforts, I think that they're fantastic. Materials usually are good. The comfort obviously is there in comparison to one of these, more traditional, so.
We gave away a pair for our 12 days of Christmas.
We did, they're gorgeous. Every time I see that one, because they're still on the shelves, and every time I see them, I'm like, should I buy them? But I know that I won't wear them as much as my classic colors.
Yeah.
And so I force myself not to buy them.
Also, just a side note, do you like how I've just like rolled everything into the 12 days of Christmas? Our giveaways that we're doing, we're shipping them out after the holidays because you guys know how shipping is right now, so.
Well, it's not just that. A lot of people have hit us up being like, hey, I'm not even home for the holidays.
Yeah.
Like, what's gonna happen? And I'd be like, yo, don't worry, we're gonna ship them out afterwards.
So.
Speaking of rolling things around though, our 12 days of Xmas, Kixmas, giveaways, whatever, this time around it actually does tie into MJ himself, because we're giving away a pair of Adidas Samba golf shoes. So not only, if you're a big time MJ fan, not only is he a big time golfer, but he also almost signed with Adidas. That was his preferred brand of choice. So a little fun fact there for anybody wondering, back in the 80s, this almost didn't happen. It was almost an Adidas shoe that he was gonna sign with. So I think that that's pretty cool. We have lots of golfers actually in our Discord. We actually do review golf shoes too, by the way. So make sure that you head over to WearTesters.com. There's more information than just what's here on the YouTube channel, like a lot more. But anyways, with all that being said, I think these are fantastic. I think that they are fantastic enough to be like, hey, check this out. Not only that, but hey, Jordan Brand, maybe put the regular mids in boxes like this. Adults like coloring too. Just saying. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks so much for being here. If you wanted to join the WearTesters Discord giveaways, you can. You just got to be a Discord member. We also have a hoop session coming up that's going to be in LA. The first one was in Sacramento, so we met all of our Sacramento Discord members that came out and we hooped with them, or I hooped with them, and I'm going to do that again, but down south in LA. So if you wanted to stop by and say hi, you got to be a Discord member. That's pretty much it. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, guys, have a good one. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, they do fit true to size for the youth. Sorry, I don't know how to word that.
For the youths?
For the youths.
Are you Schmidt?
There are youths everywhere.
Youths?